It's the start of another week and it's actually quite sunny, but it is bitterly cold. There's a north wind and you really feel it cuts right through you. It doesn't seem to be bothering these idiots. They're still loving every moment. But anyway, welcome to another week of Colganology. As you can see, we've got some frosty ground today. We've had a few cold days and the frost has been there most mornings. We're back to scraping the car, but hey, look, the sun came out and it's actually not too bad. It's about 5 or 6 degrees, and where the sun has touched, the frost is gone and we're out for a walk as usual. Lovely. That autumn sun is lovely, really lovely. You don't mind the cold when it's like this. Of course, it's only in the shady spots where you still get the frost. But it's very pretty where it is. And the dogs don't care about it. I honestly don't think they feel the cold. I really don't. Well, nor would I if I was covered in hair, I suppose. Well, more hair. You find me locked in a room with a lot of school uniforms and also these curious uniforms here, because today is the day of my first appearance as Father Christmas at a local school. So I've got the bobbly hat, just going to get myself ready. I usually get a good range of props to cope with. I've got white gloves, spectacles, some bizarre wig and beard thing, a belt. I've got hats, I've got trousers, I've got more hats, gloves, several different outfits. At least I can pick and choose. I can be the Father Christmas I want to be. So there we go, the ensemble is on. I'm ready for the off. Oh my lord.
Hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello.
Well, they've made nice effort with my grotto. Look at this, look, I've got a fireplace, I've got a Christmas tree. This is lovely. Now the fun begins. The music's playing, the brass band are playing. Fabulous. Ho, 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 ho. Amazing. Is it Christmas soon? Joyous. So today I got challenged to see if I could make a dragon in a day. Bit of an emergency for a stall down in the town. So I started by making a sort of triangular lower jaw out of cardboard, masking tape, and then I did the inner surface with foam clay. Then I made a bunch of teeth out of that plastic, you know, the plastic that you put it in boiling water and it goes all soft and you can mold it and it goes hard again. It's a polypropylene. I set the teeth into the lower jaw, painted the lower jaw red first, then set the teeth into the jaw, then added some foam clay and some scales made out of cardboard all along each edge. That's the lower jaw done. So upper side of the head, again just made out of bits of cardboard stuck together with gaffer tape and masking tape. To keep the shape rigid, I used an old mince box, you know, like breath freshener mince. Glued that in place, and then again I did exactly the same thing. I added a layer of foam clay for the roof of the mouth, started adding in scales made out of cardboard, meticulously cut from cardboard, and then added the eye, which is half of a foam stress ball, I think. I then added in some foam clay around the eyes and the nostrils, and I had a couple of old horns left over from a Halloween costume, a sort of headpiece. So I stuck those on the back, and as you can see, it's starting to come together. Now I've given the whole thing a spray of grey primer, to get it all one colour. And now we're starting with the oil washes. Now I don't know whether you know this, but you can get water mixable oil paints. I have no idea how this works, how the physics works, and you still have to clean your brushes out with white spirits, mineral spirits, whatever you want to call them at the end of the day, but you can thin them down with water, and that's great for doing washes, and that's what we're doing here. Being oil washes, they do take a little while to dry, but this is about 3 hours later. It's dry enough. I've just sculpted the tongue from a foam clay. I'm using that candle head just to keep the shape of it. And, you know, on the whole, it's starting to look pretty dragony. Now what I've got to look at is highlighting the scales with a bit of spray paint, white spray paint, finishing touches, and we're done. So I've added some highlights with spray painted white and a bit of spray painted gold, and I've painted the eyes in blue. I've also made a tongue out of foam clay, which is attached to a little triangular wedge, which when it's in place will hold the jaws open. The last thing to do is to create a couple of long teeth, like fangs, put a dot in for the pupil of the eye, and we're done. There's probably a few tweaks and a few bits and pieces I could do to actually finish it off and make it even better. But you know, for 24 hours, for a one-day build, I don't think it looks too bad. And the whole thing's meant to work a bit like a hand puppet. There's going to be a bit of cloth coming off the back to cover up the arm. But on the whole, oh, and there's a bit I've got to do at the back of the lower jaw as well. But on the whole, not too bad for a single day's work. I think we'll finish off this rather eclectic week with some glorious sunshine and blue skies. It's bitterly cold, but it's still rather lovely out here, isn't it, dogs? Oh God, why is it whenever I get a camera on Harris, he's always doing something biological? Just the way he is, I suppose. Oh, it's lovely out here today, crisp and fresh. The onset of winter, months to Christmas, and it's lovely. I'm not sure it should be lovely a month to Christmas, but gonna make the most of it. There's a nice little display of candle snuff fungus there, look. In amongst the leaves. It does like dead wood. Anyway, that's it for another week. I hope you've enjoyed this rather unusual one. And I'll be Father Christmas again next week. Ho, ho, ho. But hopefully there'll be some other interesting content for you too. In the meantime, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, tell your chums, tell your enemies, come and visit Colganology. In the meantime, Toodle-pip. If you've enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing. Or click on some of these links to look at some of the other videos on the channel. Or press the like button. Or leave a comment. It would be lovely to hear from you. Any combination of those 4 things would be wonderful. Thank you very much.